Hi guys, I hope you're all well, and I hope you're keeping safe through these very strange times that we're having at the minute. As you know, I'm out in the van most days. We've been talking about how empty the roads are, do's and don'ts of what we think people should be doing, recognition of van drivers, and I also mentioned in one of my videos that we'd go through some daily checks, what you do with your van. I'm sure most of you already know how to check your van anyway, but there's no wrong with going over things, refreshing your mind. So I thought to myself, how am I going to go through van checks with people through a video? I didn't really fancy walking around the van and holding my phone up trying to do some sort of weird video checking everything. Probably would have been a good way, but I could do with someone holding the camera if that was the case. So I just went on Google and looked in like different orders of checking van. I didn't realise there's a procedure on the DirectGov site, so I just thought I may as well just flick through that with everyone. I'll keep it brief, don't want to get too tedious with it. So this is a DirectGov page here, so this is what came up. So first there's a little video. Let me just move my camera out of the way a bit. There we go, get that out of the way. So there's a little video here. This is inside the van. Oh, I can't hear it. I'll put some headphones in. 1 second, guys.
So check the door as we open it. Good place. Plug it in.
It's quite rare that it happens, but if these guys pull you over, you're looking at a few fines.
Under pressure if we need to.
It's not Vosa anymore though, it's DVSA now.
Check the seat for security.
Same thing,
and on
different
this vehicle,
name.
the battery's under the seat. So we'll just check that that is secure and not going anywhere. We climb in. And then we start to look at the view. We look through the near side mirror there to check our view down the near side.
See, I know this guy from another video. This guy does a video of
anything in the way.
the different fines of giving HGV drivers, the way they escalate the fines and add them up.
We can put the ignition on. Just check the demister's working. Coming across, check our driving controls. Put my foot on the brake and we can check the handbrake. Operating, it's secure and there's no excess travel. Check our switches.
So everything is doing at the minute is inside the vehicle. So the inside vehicle checks.
Washers and wipers. So check they clear the screen and work over a good enough area for me to see clearly through. Check all my warning lights, main beam and everything, and obviously when I'm driving, if any of those come on, we need to report the fault, pull in somewhere safe and get it reported. Hazard warning lights, work with the ignition on and off.
I know everyone's not going to do it this strict, but there's nothing wrong with keeping it in your mind and
that it's secure.
Keeping aware of your van and what you're using every day.
Check there's no rubbish that's going to foul the operation of the pedals, and then check my pedals for the anti-slip provision, and I can put my foot on the brake, start it up and check whether the pedal dips, keep my foot on the brake pedal and see if it sinks, see if there's any signs of leakage or anything, see that everything feels okay. Check the horn, check all my light switches. We can start the vehicle up, foot on the brake pedal.
Foot on the brake pedal when you start the engine?
The servo. Check that out.
I never do that in autos, but bloody hell.
Check our power steering now.
Like I say, it might be a bit over the top this. We're not all going to do this every day.
That may indicate problems with the engine. Whilst we're driving, keep an eye for any warning lamps on the dashboard that come on indicating a fault. If it does, get it reported and get it rectified as soon as possible. Whilst you're driving the vehicle, check the feel of the vehicle.
So if you're going to be reporting things, it's probably referring to if you work for someone. But if you're an owner driver, then obviously you're going to have to rectify it yourself.
It's going to be in good condition. You can
rectify it with a mechanic.
Further information from the website, the best practice guide, your van. Inside there is the walk round check with all these items on there to be checked.
There you go, that's just something you can go through when you're doing your walk around. I want to skip past this video. Oh, it's finished anyway. So before I go through rest of checks, you might have noticed I've got a little man bun on top of my head. Looks a bit daft, I will admit, but everyone was shaving their heads off, and I thought I'd just get the wife to shave the sides of the head and do something a bit different. Lockdown after all. So we'll just glide through this then. So things you want to be checking then. So brakes, you want to check that the foot or the service brake works correctly and doesn't have any excessive travel. Hand or parking brake works correctly and doesn't have any excessive travel. So there's no play in it, basically. So your horn and steering. So your horn control is easily accessible from the driver's seat. The horn works when the control is operated. So a lot of people, when they do vehicle checks, they just sit in the van and they'll just go beep beep, press the horn, make sure it works. Steering has no excessive play. So we want to check our lights. So we want to check the indicators. All the lenses are clean in the right colour. Stop lamps come on when you press the brake. The marker lights are present. All dashboard warning lamps work correctly, including the ABS, the SRS and EPS. They like their abbreviations on here. Full beam headlamp, warning lamp and parking brake warning lamp. Mirrors and glass, so all mirrors that should be there are properly aligned and secure. Your view of the road in all directions isn't obscured by damaged or discoloured glass. All obstructions, for example stickers. So your seat belts and seats. So your seats need to be secure, seat belts operate correctly. Your washers and wipers, so you want to make sure your wipers are moving properly. Wiper blades aren't so deteriorated that they don't clean the windscreen. So we've all been at that point before where our wipers are going back and forth and they just don't get any muck off the screen. Washers point and windscreen are operational. So that's the bit where the windscreen wash comes out of. And then your washer fluid is topped up. I know now summer's coming, you're constantly having to top your washer fluid up because you just get bugs all over window all the time. Let's watch a quick clip of doing a walk around check of the outside of the van. I'll put my headphones back on. 1 second.
So as we walk towards the vehicle, check that it's sat correctly so we can see if there's any obvious problems with the tyres or suspension. Quick look down and underneath, is there any sign of any leaks, fuel, oil, water. Check all the lights, including my side repeaters of course. All the lights are on and working.
I know there's a handy new feature on some of the newer vehicles where you can hold a button in on the key and it'll just test all your lights in sequence, which is pretty cool.
Condition. So coming round, check for anything insecure or damaged. Sharp edges, check the mirror secure. Side repeater, moving down to the tyre and wheel. Same checks on every wheel now. Check the tread for adequate tread all the way across. Any signs of damage, cuts, exposed cords, that kind of thing. Any signs of severe damage to the wheel. Check the wheel nuts.
Obviously you want to make sure your tread depth is correct as well.
Tyre pressure looks okay and it's sat right, the suspension looks good. So we've checked the door shut securely. As we come down the side, just seeing if anything's likely to fall off the vehicle, any sharp edges that might injure any other road user. As we're walking around, if we can see underneath, it's a good idea to have a quick look underneath to see if anything's loose, falling off, insecure. If there is, report it. Even if you don't know what it is, tell somebody about it. Don't take the vehicle out until you know it's safe.
Again, when it's saying report it, it's
same checks all
mainly
the way
if you work with someone.
Damaged, insecure. Coming around the rear of the vehicle, same again. See if anything's loose, insecure. Check the lights. Our number plate's secure and our number plate lights are working. Our side lights are working, fog light, indicators and stop lamp on, off. Check the rear doors open. And check your loading area.
Quite in depth, just for checking the van.
And that it's safe for you if you're getting in and out. You're not going to fall over anything. All the panelling secure. We've got a side loading door. Check that opens. Works on.
Obviously, your checks are going to vary depending what kind of van you've got. So if you've got a curtain side, you need to be checking the how do I say it? The condition of the curtains, all the straps are secured correctly, all that sort of thing.
Check the fuel cap seal and there's no sign of any leaks. So from the fuel cap, you're onto your passenger door. Check for any signs of damage or sharp edges. Check it opens, operates and closes securely. And you could check the other passenger seat belts and seat while you're there. Check the mirror, the same checks on the tyre. Check the side repeater.
I think we get the idea then.
Down to the front.
Just making sure nothing's out of place.
We need to check our levels, so brake fluid level. On this we've got power steering fluid, water.
I have been caught out a few
washer,
times with
make
fluid
sure they're
levels,
topped
so
up
it's a
before
good
you
idea
leave.
to make sure these are topped up.
And then look for any obvious signs of leaks, damage.
Sure, I've all been
anything that
caught
doesn't
out at
look
some
right,
point by
report
something
it
like
and
this.
get it looked at if you're not sure. Check your oil level, which we've already checked. Fan belt, and see that it all looks correct. Anything that's not right, report it and get it checked.
There you go. So what else we got on here? Let's get this a bit bigger. We've got battery. So the battery's holding securely. It's not having no leaks. So like I said on the video, your fluids, your fuel and oil. So the brake fluid, engine coolant, engine oil, power steering fluid, windscreen washer, fluid and water levels are correct. The fuel filler cap is securely fitted. Always good to have a key on them and all, you never know. With the engine on, check underneath for any fuel leaks. I mean, like I say, some of this is quite in depth. The best way I can put it is you're responsible for your own vehicle. So if you are happy and confident that your vehicle is safe to take out, then, you know, get on with your day. Exhaust, check the exhaust doesn't emit excessive amounts of smoke. Usually you'll get a warning up now if there's something wrong with your exhaust. They've got that many sensors in them. So your tyres and wheels. So for your tyres then you need a minimum tread depth of 1.6 millimeters. So you can check that with a, you can get these little depth, little thing comes out. I forget what the name of them now is. I think it's a depth gauge or something it's called, or tyre gauge. So you can check the depth of your, oh no, I tell a lie. That's for checking the tyre pressure as a tyre gauge. Yeah, so sometimes you'll have little nubbins on the tyre as well. So once they start to run smooth, the tread depth is too low. If you're on a HGV, the tread depth is 1 millimeter. So as long as that's 75% across the tyre, 1 millimeter deep, then you're still within the law. So there's no deep cuts on the sidewalls, no cord visible anywhere, no missing or insecure wheel nuts. So again, for HGVs, sometimes you get the wheel nut indicators now, so you can keep an eye on your wheel nuts. Before the arrows are lined up with each other, you're alright. So the load in the back then, you're going to make sure it's secured. The van doors have an effective locking device. And then tow bars and tail lifts. So tow bar is secure and any trailer correctly and securely attached with all electrical connections working correctly. And then for your tail lift, it's secure and free from damage, functions correctly, and the electrics are working correctly. I think I heard as well, so any equipment that lifts a person, I think that's the term, has to be serviced every 6 months. I think that's right. So if you own a van and you have a tail lift, I'm sure it's supposed to be serviced every 6 months. But yeah, so we've got to the end of that. Like I said, it's nothing special. You probably knew everything that was on there already anyway, so you're probably alright. But I said I'd go through it, and I have gone through it. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll keep making some more little clips through the week when I'm out in the van. But for now, keep safe and look after yourself.